Hey, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Jay Vaz, and you're watching the Jay Vaz Show, music and entertainment at its finest. Got a special guest with us today. Before we get you there, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at the Jay Vaz Show. Check out the website, thejvazshow.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Jay Vaz Show. Make sure you rate the podcast if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Rate it, review it. Let us know what you think, and let us know who you would like for us to have on here next. Let's get right into this. From Katy, Texas. Originally from Austin, Texas. Raised in Katy, Texas. Dende, what's up, man?
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
You good? I'm doing great. Doing great, man. Happy to have you here. We were talking about how we tried to make it happen before. Scheduling, even before last week, the scheduling wasn't.
Yeah. I'd be busy and then I forget I schedule stuff. So yeah, that was my fault.
No, man, it happens. So let's get right into this, man. So I mentioned you're originally from Austin. Did you live out there for a long time, or how was the?
I was only there from when I was born until I was like 5, and then I moved to Katy. Yeah.
So you're basically from Katy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much from Katy. Where did you grow up in a musical household?
No. I grew up in the house. My dad was a pastor, and my sister could sing as well. They basically had us in music lessons when we were young. They had us singing in the choir at church. They had me playing drums in the church. Like I grew up doing that, and then in middle school, through high school, through like the first year of college, I was in band. So I just was always around music.
So you're always around music. So before I forget, this is an important question we're supposed to ask every artist at the beginning of the podcast. Who is Bo Bundy, bro?
Bo Bundy is a very, very cool guy. He said that he doesn't like that question being asked to him, so I said that you should ask me, but I don't even know how to answer that question.
I was like, hold on, I forgot to ask him, who is Bo Bundy?
Who is Bo Bundy? So we should just do a on the streets interview and just ask him, him to his face, be like, who is Bo Bundy?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start doing. Everybody wins. We're gonna ask, and on the streets, South by Southwest.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Bo Bundy.
Shout out to Bo Bundy, though, man. No, so you grew up around music, one way or another, whether it was church, school. If it wasn't music, what else are you passionate about?
Nothing. No, for real. Like I wasn't. I played sports. I played football. I played basketball. I played tennis. I was in track, but I wasn't very good at like any of that stuff. I was decent at basketball. I was decent at tennis, but like, yeah, nah. I never really cared about anything like I cared about music.
Yeah.
So I always like I don't know. From since I was like 5 or 6, I was like singing and doing stuff with music. So
now, the fact that you were singing at church and stuff, did that help you build your style, so to speak, or?
Maybe a little bit of it, just because of like the gospel, like the black gospel church, like runs and stuff that that singers do in the church, like that, like being around that a lot helped me kind of like be able to play with my voice. But I also went to school for like vocal performance.
Okay.
So I got a lot of like really good training for with practice, like private lessons and a private teacher.
Could you describe in your own words your style? Because before we started, I told you listen to some of your tracks and you get a certain style. Like for example, it was I think it's running.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, that's one style, and then you did a feature for I'm gonna fuck the name up. I know it ain't Botox, but if I say that, you're gonna know who I'm talking about.
Julia Bocox.
There you go. And the name of the track was No Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
That was completely different style. Yeah. So can you describe, how would you describe your style to somebody that's new to your music?
If you like rap and you also like R&B, but you really, really like alternative music, that's what I sound like. That's like it's really just a mixture of like everything that I like. I grew up listening to like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson and Luther Vandross and stuff like that. And I listen to Purity Ring and Passion Pit, and I listen to like indie bands, and I listen to Houston rap. Like that was it.
So you're inspired more or influenced by
pretty
basically
much everything.
everything.
Everything I listened to, as when I was growing up, and then like later on in like high school, I was listening to Chance and Saba, and I
Yeah.
started listening to Smino after high school, and those people really inspired me too. 'Cause they're really good.
That explains the versatility, you know, because sometimes you get people that are from Houston, and you hear Trey in their songs, you hear ESG in their songs, but again, with yours, it's like, and I've had like 3 or 4 people on here that I've told them that when I hear your music, I don't hear Houston, like it's not Houston heavy, and it's not a bad thing because it opens the market. It opens the market for more than just Houston, which in my opinion, I think that's better than just being a Houston artist. And nothing wrong with just being a Houston artist, but you know it just opens more opportunities for you. Um, and then this was another interesting thing that I found out on another interview that you did. You speak or sing different languages.
Okay, so like I said, I was a vocal performance major. So when you're a music major or in a specifically a vocal performance major, you have to take diction class, and diction is basically just being able to like read and pronounce foreign languages. So I had to do songs and like actually perform them, and I had to do German, Spanish, French, Italian, and I think that was it, in English. So I can like read all of them and I can pronounce the stuff correctly. I don't know what I'm saying, but I can read it
Yeah.
and I can sing it. I can do all that, but I don't know what it means
Yeah.
like at all. I just know how I
Gotcha.
know how the letters worked because like every language is pretty different.
So you were singing,
So-
but you don't even know what the hell you were saying.
Yeah, I mean when you
Yeah.
had to do when you were assigned a song to like
Yeah.
do, you had to like research what you were singing about so like you could portray that emotion for the song. So for the songs that I was doing, I knew what the songs were about. But if you were to just put a song in front of me in like German, I wouldn't know what I was reading. I could read it,
Yeah.
and probably sing it, but I would not know what the song was
Have
about.
have you ever thought about dropping a single or something like that with in a different language here recently,
um,
or it's been a while that you're not?
nah, I don't know because I don't know how to speak the language. Like I feel like it would be weird because then somebody be like, "What's this song about?" And I'll be like, "Oh."
Oh no,
Uh-huh.
it's
Sounds cool though. And I don't want to. I don't know. I want to like for sure experiment with like Spanish sounding music because I think it's really cool and I like the drums in it. I actually did work on a few songs with Steve Valdez. We didn't like finish them and put them out, but there was some like really Spanish heavy songs.
yeah.
And they sound really cool. But yeah, as of right now, no, I'm not
What?
gonna really
How
put
come
anything
those
out.
tracks didn't get?
We just didn't finish them.
Oh.
And I got busy, and then he got married, and like, and he's a professional. Like he does
Yeah.
music. Like that's his. Like that's literally all he does. But he was doing a bunch of stuff, and I was doing stuff, so
Yeah.
kind of never finished.
Man, because you do have a couple tracks with a CA, and I know I know he drops Spanish tracks every now and then. It'll be cool to see you guys work on something like that, in the near.
Yeah, he recently just said on Twitter that every time somebody hits him up for a feature, they want to do a Spanish song, and he wants to just body somebody on the track. He literally said it like last night on Twitter.
Yeah.
He was like, "I don't want to do a Spanish song. I want to body somebody on the track." So if we get on a song together again, we're just gonna have to rap.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to rap it out.
It's not gonna be
We're
Spanish.
gonna have to go bar for bar.
Yeah. Hey man, I was like I said, whenever when I first got introduced to your music, I think it was a couple months, more than a couple months ago. I started following Too Raw about a year ago, and that's how I got into your music through Too Raw, and man, it's crazy because you get introduced. I think one of your tracks was a love song you did like in 2008. It's the white cover with red.
Oh, no, it wasn't 2008. That was just it's one of the older ones though. It's called Stuck.
Stuck,
Yeah.
yes. So you hear that and you're like, okay, he's a singer, R&B artist. And then you hear, like I said, the feature that you did, which is one of my favorites, the Snow Smoke.
Yeah.
Just the delivery on her and everything is just dope. So you hear the two different styles and it's like, okay, this dude is an artist, not a rapper. Or do you consider yourself a rapper?
Nah, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. If anybody calls me a rapper, I don't really like that because I'm not. I'm like I can rap, but I'm not a rapper. Like Meek Mill's a rapper. Like I'm not a rapper. Like I don't know. I don't know if that explained that very well.
No,
It made sense in my head.
Yeah, like I said, when I think of your music, when I listen to it, I'm like, okay, he's an artist. He's not just a one-dimensional rapper, so to speak. You know what I mean? And it's again, it goes back to what we said earlier. It opens up that market for you. There's a song um, that you have a music video, and I couldn't quite understand
Mhm.
my. I got my own thoughts on it as far as what I think it meant. But this is one of my songs that I like, especially because of the visual. Running,
Mhm.
you dropped that I think last year.
Yeah.
It was
It
last
was
year, right?
last
The
year.
beginning
Yeah.
of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That track, running. Uh, what exactly is the track about? Is it? Well, here's my theory. You're running from yourself,
Mhm.
running from, especially because at the end you run into, obviously you go knock on the door and you open it
Mhm.
on the music video. Can you explain to us exactly what that song is about and how you came up about it?
So basically, so after I dropped Dark Matter, like, well, even before that, it was like people were starting to pay attention to what I was doing. So I was just like, once in a lifetime, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I kind of just have to like kill off that bummy, like kind of trash,
Yeah.
like lazy, procrastinating version of myself. Like everybody that saw the video really thought that the dude that's running the whole time is like the good guy, I guess, because he's running from somebody with a knife. But really, like the one that's chasing him is like the me that I would like to be more. Like
Okay. See, I thought.
it's yeah, see,
Yeah.
but, but like yeah, it's really just me like having a conversation with myself, being like I kind of I need to embrace who I need to be and who I am actually. Like that. Love me if you dare try. I'm not talking to someone else. I'm talking to me.
Yeah.
Like be like kind of how this new album is me. Like it's
Yeah.
like I need to embrace who I am and who I need to be and stop being that like lazy, just half
See
almost
that?
cussed, half like half trying person that I was being.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what that
You
is.
can cuss, by the way. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's even deeper than I thought it was. Especially because yeah, I thought it was the good guy running from the bad habit, so to speak. But no, it was the bad habit running from the better version of yourself.
It's
Okay.
easier to be lazy. It's easier to be
Yeah.
bummy. It's easier to not try.
Yeah.
So like I felt like you gravitate more towards doing that. So that's why I was running as that. And
Man,
that song's really like repetitive. It's really just like it's really just me like hammering that into my head. Like,
yeah.
come on, bro. Like
Man, see what you just said is so true. It's easy to be lazy because when we first started, I would cancel interviews just because I didn't feel like driving over here. Shout out to everybody that canceled on. I apologize. I probably lied.
Probably lied. I was at home
Yeah,
watching
I was at home. No,
TV.
but not just that. With a lot of stuff, it like I said, it's easy to just. I'm just gonna stay at the house and
For
not be
sure.
productive, and you get comfortable with your little progress, and next thing you know,
It's nothing. You didn't go anywhere. You didn't do
yeah,
anything. It's complacency.
and it's
And
your own fault.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna go back. Now I'm gonna go back home and watch the video again, and just with a different, you know, see if I missed something. That maybe there's another message on there, and we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I really like that that track, and like I said, the visual on it was pretty dope as well. Being that you're so creative with your music, because when you sing, you get a different accent coming out of you. Because I'm talking to you right now, and I
Mhm.
don't hear it.
Mhm.
Yeah. How do you create when you get in the studio? How does creating a track come about?
Whew, it depends on if I produced it or not. So like sometimes, okay, if I produce it, I usually like get like a skeleton of a song of like an instrumental, and then I just start like singing out loud to what I feel like is gonna be what's gonna be for the song, and I start writing. Um, I'll lay that down, and then I'll finish the instrumental around that. But the accent type of thing that you're talking about, I don't know. I just kind of it just kind of started happening. Like I would start singing, and it would just come out like that. So it's just what it sounds like when I
Yeah,
sing now. I don't even know. Like
it
that
sounds
wait,
dope though.
like the thing that I say wait. Like I say that a lot, and like I guess it's an ad lib now at this point. But I wasn't trying to do that. Like it just kept I just kept saying it.
Yeah,
And then I was just like, all right, well, I guess this is the thing that I should run with at this point.
this
People
is
like
me
were
now.
yelling it on the cool. Like they'd see me and they would go, wait, and I oh, okay, bet.
But, hey, speaking of that, this was way at the bottom. But since we're already here, let's talk about the love that you get from people, man, on social media. First of all, you're a fucking character. Shout out to Jail Dende or what is it?
Yo,
Michael
Prison
Scott,
Dende,
Prison Dende.
Prison Dende. If you watch The Office, Prison Mike is a very great character. And okay, let me give you a story about that. So Prison Dende
Let's get into
happened
it.
because so I have a main Twitter, and Prison Dende doesn't exist anymore. I deleted that Twitter,
Oh,
but I mean it's not gone. Nothing's ever gone. I could probably bring it back. So the main Twitter, uh, I tweeted something. I was tweeting about anime. I was tweeting about Sasuke and Naruto. So I don't know if you watch anime, but there's a fight and they're fighting, and I was like, basically, um, if if Naruto didn't have unlimited chakra, Sasuke would have beat his ass. And I called him a nigga. I called Sasuke a nigga, and then I got put in Twitter jail for 2 days. I was like, okay. So I got out of Twitter jail, and then my friend PJ, he does High Thoughts. It's another podcast. Sorry to shout out another podcast on your
that's cool.
podcast.
Hashtag no free promos.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but
Nah, you good,
but
you good.
he tweeted something about coming up on people in the coming year, and he was like, "You bitch ass, punk ass, hoe ass niggas, whatever." And I just responded, "What about the?" I just rearranged the words. I was like, "What about the hoe ass, bitch ass, punk ass niggas?" And then I got put in Twitter jail for like 2 weeks.
They were watching
So
you.
yeah,
They were watching
so
you.
I was like, "Oh, bet I can't tweet for 2 weeks. I have to promote stuff. I'm gonna make another Twitter." And somebody photoshopped my face on the Prison Mike, and I named it Prison Dende, and I just
That
started
shit was
tweeting
hilarious.
ridiculous stuff from that profile.
Yes.
And I never got put in Twitter or jail on that one.
Especially when you were like, it's been 2 days and blah 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 blah. You always had some random off the wall shit. It was hilarious. I think I even told my girl about it when it was happening. I was like, this guy's funny as shit. I started following his page and I started telling her about the whole prison thing.
I kept taking pictures of myself like fake crying.
Yeah.
I was in jail, man. That's what happens in prison. They forget about you.
They forget about you. Interesting question here, because I see this a lot from your account, and this is off topic with the music stuff. Does it bother you when a different race says the N word?
Ooh, that's a good question. Sometimes.
Because I see when like you'll retweet somebody and you'll be like,
I'll say nigga, yeah.
With the question mark,
it does. Like sometimes it really gets on my nerves, and sometimes I don't know. I feel like it's I have a mixed reaction about that. I feel like some people just definitely shouldn't be saying it.
Yeah.
And then some people, I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. Yeah, it gets under my skin. I definitely don't like when people say it like to my face for sure. But yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah. I was wondering because, like I said, I would see it and I was like, I might ask him. If I ever interview him, I might ask him that, just because, it's growing up. I was raised around a lot of Hispanics and a lot of black kids, and coming from the valley, I didn't know any English. So when I grew up learning English, that was part of my vocabulary.
For sure.
So it was like it was there. But then as I got older, I started to realize, like, okay, some people do find it offensive, and it's not for me to be using. So I mean, you can even ask her. I've toned it down a lot to where I might go months without saying it. I always fuck with him. I always make racist jokes with him. But that's with him. But that's with him. But as far as the word alone, I was like, okay, I get a better understanding of why some people don't like it being used.
For sure. It's just like you said, like you grew up around in the type of environment where everybody was using the word. So like
it was part of my vocabulary.
It's already
learning.
part of your vocabulary. That's a lot different than this girl that just started dating black people and was like, "Ooh, I got a black boyfriend. I can say it now." Or they were like, "Oh, I listen to Kendrick. I can say it."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like that because they be the same people that if you have fallen out, it's not an A no more at the end. It's not an A no more.
Yeah.
So like it's just like I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's a case by case thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I'm not about to fight nobody about it.
Yeah.
But like if I don't feel like you should be saying that, especially to me, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
Because I went a very long time in my life not saying anything. And
No, I just figured I asked. Like I said, I was like, this is something I want to know. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So getting back to your music, like I said earlier, I really like your style just because you're able to switch it around, changing your voice. With the way today's music is, do you ever find yourself trying to create something that's kind of like familiar sound to what's on the radio or to what's popping at the moment, or you're always so focused on your own style?
No. Yeah. I'm worried about what I'm doing. Cause like I was trying to do that for a little while. Like there's still stuff on my SoundCloud of when I was trying to do something like that, and it's just like people didn't care. And then when I was actually doing what I like to do and what my sound is, everybody was like, "Oh, this is dope." People think that they want a certain thing until they hear what they really need to hear, and
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, this is dope." Like for example, Brent Faiyaz, he just dropped an album, and it's ridiculous, and it sounds nothing like anything that's on the radio, but it sounds is awesome,
yeah.
and it's probably gonna get some of those are probably gonna end up on the radio. Like it's really good. It's
It's
very different.
make its
Yeah,
own trend, sort of.
yeah, for sure. Like I wanna. I'm in my lane. Like that's I'm trying to be me.
Yeah, cause there's a lot of talented artists and they get lost in trying to fit in, so to speak, or trying to force a hit, and they lose themselves to become what everybody else is.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So when I hear artists like yourself, and again, I'm not just tooting your horn. You can go back to some other interviews, and you can see that I don't just give props to everybody, but to hear you like being creative artist, it always makes you wonder. Like, I wonder if they ever get distracted a little bit, maybe, and be like, you know what, maybe I should do a radio hit or talk about this instead of just focusing on being the dope artist that you are.
Yeah, no, I'm not really. Uh, I mean, I might make something that I'm like, this probably would fit in, but I'm not like consciously trying to do that
Yeah,
because I feel like when that happens, sometimes people make a song, and then they are a song,
yeah,
and that's I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah. One hit
they
wonders,
become a
basically.
yeah they become a song, and everybody's known for that, and they're like, hey, make that again, and they're
And
like,
never
ah, that's
happened.
not what I want to make though.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. Um, another cool thing that you got going, and you just said on Twitter, and I'm gonna hurry up and put this episode out before you release, probably tomorrow or Friday.
Friday.
But you mentioned this Dende Wednesdays.
Dende Wednesdays.
Last episode tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So for the people who might not know, what is Dende Wednesdays?
Dende Wednesdays basically is me covering songs of artists that I know in real life. So, the first week I did Don't Ask Jen. He's a dope artist. Second week I did Lily Aviana. She's a dope
Shout
artist.
out to Lily. We're supposed to have her here pretty soon.
Yeah, Lily's really dope. I love Lily. Who's the third one? Oh man. Oh, the third one was Bay Faction. It's called Sopping by Bay Faction. I literally just went to their concert on Sunday. They were here at Satellite Bar. They're from Boston. The fourth week I did Emerald Soul. She's out of Austin. She's really really good. And the fifth one last week I did Fashion Jackson. They're from California and they're really really good. It's a band. They're like indie. So is Bay Faction. They're like a alternative.
Yeah.
And then this week I'm actually not doing a cover. I'm gonna cover one of my songs from the album. So it's gonna be one of those songs.
Well, how did the idea come about? What was the purpose of Dende Wednesdays?
It was just a way to like get people coming back to my page, but also show love to the artists that I really like a lot. Like you should listen. Like I put in the captions every time. This is my version of the song. This is not my song. Go listen to the original song, and I
Yeah.
tag the person because I think that everybody that I did a cover of is really really good at what they do.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to bring like the traffic to my page and then be like, hey, go listen to them though.
Now that you're here,
They're awesome.
yeah.
Like
Go check out the original. Keep it moving. Go check out the original.
yeah.
Speaking of content and going back to your page, what's up with the lack of content on YouTube, man?
Whew. Well, that's just because all these Dende Wednesdays are gonna be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. I just didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Like all the ones that are just on Instagram, they're gonna be on YouTube. I just wanted to get the Instagram like counts up before I actually put the stuff on YouTube. I don't know. I just don't have much stuff on YouTube yet. I think I'm gonna start like a little blog or something. I was talking about it last night with my friend.
Yeah.
We might do that for YouTube content. I'm still working on that. I do have some videos in the works.
It's like, you're a character, man. Like,
yeah, because I'm extra.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be dope to have just, especially like a video blog of the shows. Because speaking of that, it seems like you're always busy doing one show or after a show here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage to stay busy? As far as getting these shows, being able to record at the same time. You say you also produce.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you manage your time to be able to do all that?
Ooh, okay. So show wise, they kind of just hit me up and I'll tell them my price, and if they want to pay it, I'll do it. Um, Recording wise, I work at a studio. I work at the Baron Collective, and they kind of give me good perks on being able to record stuff. I actually recorded almost my whole project, the one that's coming out Friday. I recorded almost all of that there. Um, Timing wise, I have a manager now, Chastity. Shout out Chastity. She kind of helps me stay organized because I was very unorganized, just trying to use the calendar app on my phone, and
Yeah.
it wasn't working.
That shit don't work, man.
But yeah, it's just prioritizing because like I have two jobs and I drive Lyft and then I got to do shows on the weekends and then yeah, I have to find time to record. It's just prioritizing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just gotta do it. I don't know. There's not like a system that I have. I don't. I just kind of do it.
You just kind of,
I'm just like, all
kind
right,
of stay busy.
I gotta do it.
Um, so let's get into your most recent music here. Um, Last year you dropped Dark Matter.
Dark matter.
Matter. See, I still fucked it up.
It's okay because there's not any vowels in the name.
Yeah, it's like DRKMTTR, and I was
Yeah.
like Dark Meter. That's the first thing I said.
It's all good, bro.
So you dropped that last year,
Mhm.
right? What kind of feedback did you get on that project?
I was very surprised by the amount of love I got on that. I didn't really get any negative, which I feel like people were probably lying because like it wasn't mixed as well as it should have been.
Yeah.
So somebody was lying to me. But I got like pretty much all positive feedback, and that was when people really started like paying attention to like what I was doing, and they were like, "Oh, we're about to watch this dude because
Yeah.
this is pretty good actually." And like it was really DIY. I produced 8 of the 10 tracks on there. One of them was produced by these two people that I found on SoundCloud, and I was just like, "Can I buy this beat off of you?" And they were like, "Yeah." And the other one was produced by J-Tech. He also is the videographer that shot Running. Um, yeah, everything about that was super DIY. I threw my own release party at a clothing store called Club Never. I like packed that place out, which was crazy because
Yeah.
I'd never had that many people show up to anything. There was like they couldn't. There was a lot of people that couldn't get inside. Like they were just outside. There was upstairs. There was people filling up the stairs. It was crazy. Yeah, it was mostly positive. Like that's when people were like, "All right, we're gonna take this dude seriously," because like he's not even like funded, and
Yeah.
he's like people like actually care. Like it's wild.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome to see independent artists get that kind of love, man. Because like you said, a lot of people, um, going back to Bo Bundy from the beginning, when he had his album release party, I told him, bro, it's pretty dope to see that people really fuck with you like that. Because a lot of people get online and tell you how much they support you, but then you have your show, nobody shows
Ain't
up.
nobody there.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so y'all just are y'all even streaming my shit like I say y'all are? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty dope to get that kind of love as an independent artist. So you dropped that last year. You got great feedback on it, as you say. You're about to drop an album this Friday,
Yes. February
Me.
21st. Me.
February 21st. Talk to us about that project.
Me. So Dark Matter was showing what I could do. Me is like telling y'all who I am, past, present, and hopefully future. Um, it's just a lot more personal of a project than Dark Matter was. There's like a few personal things in Dark Matter, but me is like pretty much all personal. It's just like it just I don't know. It goes through my bad habits, things I want to be better on, situations that have happened to me in the past, and like just in life and in like since I started like doing music
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah, yeah.
How long have you been working on this project?
I started working on me maybe like June or July. This one actually I finished this one faster than I finished Dark Matter. Dark Matter took me like a whole year, maybe a little more, and this one I finished this one pretty much a lot
Yeah.
faster.
So I know you mentioned, this is more of who you are type of project, but what can people expect when they hear it? Is it going to be a lot of singing? Are you going to be rapping on there? What exactly can people expect when they listen to me?
Um,
When they listen to me?
Good music. Nah, it's gonna be like I rap a little bit. I rap some songs in there, like Road. That's already out. I rap like that whole song. Um, but it's mostly singing. I have a few like songs that are like bars, but mostly it's like singing for sure.
As far as features goes, do you have any features on this album? Is
Yes,
it
I do.
just
Yes, I do. I have
who you got on here, man?
I have guest producers. There's an artist named Sachi. He produced 2 of the tracks on this album. He's from California. He's really dope. Y'all should look him up, Sachi. Um, I have another producer. He's here in Houston. His name is Charles Holt. He's really dope. He produced two of them and played guitar on one of them. And then feature wise, I have Don't Ask Jen. I have Lily Aviana. I have Uncle Tino. I have a artist named Tariq Adid. He plays guitar on one song and he sings backup. And then I have a band called Interlux. They also sing backup on that same song. Um, I believe that's all the features. I have my guitarist Halston. He plays guitar on the song Run.
Okay, cool, cool. Now, as far as your favorite track on here, do you have a favorite track on the album and why?
Ooh, I think Run is my favorite song because of how it is recorded and how much it means to me. It's it's the most personal song on there.
Yeah.
And, um, yeah, I like that song a lot because yeah, I don't know. But the way I recorded that song is like it's not studio recorded. It's like a room. Like I put a mic in a room and Halston played guitar and I sang, and it's just raw, and
Yeah,
you can hear the emotions and you can hear what I'm saying, and it's just that's what you're gonna get.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
It's really
Um, so February 21st,
yes,
Me
sir.
comes out, and you have an album release party
Yes, I am.
for.
Album release party at Cafeza. Starts at 8 o'clock. I start performing the whole album live at 9:30. It's hosted by JJ. She's Go JJ Go on Instagram.
Oh, I thought you meant
And
JJ Watt. I said, boy,
nah,
watch out.
nah. Didn't he mess up
No.
the? Didn't he lose our money, man? He lose the money. He lose the money. I'm just playing. I'm sorry, JJ. I'm not playing, but he did lose the money. But it's hosted by JJ, and it's the DJ for this is gonna be DJ Rack City. She's gonna have all the sound. Also, I asked for indie artists to submit their music to me because, like I said, like I want to support everybody because I'm an indie artist as well, and I care.
Yeah,
I actually care. I don't just say that. So like last time, I asked indie artists to just send me their music, and I was gonna play it during the party while all those people were there.
yeah.
And I did the same thing this time, and yeah, I got a good amount of
Um,
submissions.
like I said, I'm gonna put this out before Friday evening. Where can people go to find tickets, or how much are the tickets? What how can they get into your party?
So the pre-sale tickets are $15. At the door it's $20. You can get it either from the link in my bio on Instagram at I am Dende, IAMDENDE, or on my website at www.imdende.com.
Alrighty, man. Well, shit, then they appreciate your time, bro.
Appreciate you for having me,
Wish you
bro.
nothing but the best. But try to go out there Friday.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, I still haven't bought the tickets. I ain't gonna lie to you because
It's all
I
right.
still don't know. I got some family coming over from out of town,
Just
but
bring them.
but you know,
Just bring
um,
them.
but we'll for sure support your music. For sure check out your music. Like I said, I've been following your music for the last year and a half or so since I got introduced to it. So this was pretty dope to have you finally on the show, man.
Thank you,
And
man.
best of luck to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you.